You know, Seb, this is interesting to me. You and I had this discussion in the production meeting. You got pretty animated, pretty upset at the Chicago Fire. Do you remember that?
Animated and upset might be an exaggeration, but yeah, I'm just thinking you better do something with this money. You got this 18 million, you got Gaga Slanina's what, 15 million, so you got what, 30 million? How many times did we talk about Jhon Duran last season? How many times did we talk about this guy who's going to the Premier League?
Yeah.
Once that I remember.
Yeah.
Chicago's irrelevant, buddy. They're irrelevant, and they got $30 million to make themselves more relevant. They better do it, because it's a wasted market for MLS.
Do they have $30 million to make themselves relevant? Because these MLS roster restrictions when it comes to making
Get my
money,
man Shaqiri some help.
Fine. I don't think they have 30 plus to make themselves better, but I see where you're going, and it's valid. It's a very good point. There are a few places like Chicago that really have that ambiance of a true soccer town, like their glory years. The Chicago Fire glory years, you can go back to Bob Bradley, you can go back to Cuauhtemoc Blanco. They were some good times. There's some good games, some good ambiances, some good atmospheres that the league desperately needs back. But can we go to the other side of this coin for a second? Like, if I'm a South American, I'll say South American because this is where this player is from, right? If I'm a South American teenager, like up-and-coming talent, and I see that this 19-year-old kid just went to the Premier League for $18 million plus add-ons, $22 million after scoring 8 goals in Major League Soccer, do you know what the first thing I'm doing is? I'm calling my agent. What's going on? Hey,
1 year.
I want you to start looking into some of these Major League Soccer clubs because I'm looking at some of these names. Duran, 19 years old, Aston Villa, 18 million. Slonina, 18, 15 million from Chelsea. Kone, Watford, 8 million. Mihailovic, 6. Aronson, 4. Johnston, 3.5 to Celtic. I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a second. All these players are their early 20s or younger, teenagers, and they're selling like hotcakes from Major League Soccer to Europe. I want some of that. This is a great thing for the league.
$18 million, the reported transfer fee, with the potential to grow to 22. Herc, they bought him for like $2 million.
2.3.
So great business here. Great business if you're the Chicago Fire front office. If you're a Chicago Fire fan, this is not a Miguel Almiron situation where a guy came, dominated, left you a bunch of trophies and memories, and then left. So I understand the organization probably feels very good. They're patting themselves on the back. But a Fire fan probably is not patting themselves on the back. They haven't really won with this move, not yet. That's why I say, Herc, that's why I say you've got to do something with the, whether 30 million, 20 million, whatever it ends up being. That's enough to make Chicago way better than they've been. And I want to see it invested right away. Not in 6 months, not in 12 months, not in 18 months.
Fair. And Andrea Hendrickson should be pretty upset at this. But our friend who was a great interview at MLS Media Day, Xherdan Shaqiri, he should be very upset at this as well.
Why?
Because he wants to win. He told us that when we interviewed him. He understands the importance of Chicago Fire to Major League Soccer, and he understands where they were in that landscape, and he wants to get them back. That's, you know what? I got to give him a call.
Yep. And he's tired of people like you talking trash about him on programs.
He recognized
like
you.
this one.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.